To end the year of 2021, Adidas and Yeezy announced that there was going to be a restock of one of the most coveted 350 V2s of all time, and that is, of course, the Blue Tint colorway. But when the release date approached, it was the week of this restock that was supposed to go down. Yeezy heads and sneaker heads in the United States were wondering where are these sneakers at, and come to find out it was an Asia exclusive. But the good news is the restock is finally here. The hits of red, the SPLY 350 text, the dotted pull tab on top, the cool grayish prominent upper, and of course the undertone of blue tint, which give this sneaker its title. Now look for the Yeezy 350 V2 Blue Tint to restock on January 22nd. Retail for the pairs have been set at $220 US. Now today's how to cop guide will be a little different from past how to cop guides, because normally we have tons and tons of information they're going to be dropping here. We have strategic methods on how you can cop these sneakers, but unfortunately in today's video this is going to be a tier 0 release, which we'll explain later in the video what exactly that means. But we are going to be given the release details for the blue tints in today's video, so if you enjoy videos like this or just sneaker content, consider subscribing. And without further ado guys, let's get straight into it. Now first off, we will have a very limited set of raffles, and once the raffles come out I would expect them to be very limited, such as Kith, Alma Manier, Social Status, in clothing. Some of those high-end sneaker boutiques will have raffles for this pair of sneakers, and we will curate United States, worldwide, and European raffles. Just be sure to follow us on Twitter, top link in the description below. Turn post notifications on, and as soon as we get all the raffles, we will tweet them out for you guys to notify you as soon as the raffles are live. But as of right now, there are no raffles open just yet. Depending on when you are watching this video, we expect raffles to open up on Monday. Now the second step to cop this sneaker is going to be, of course, your first come first serve retailers, and I would expect retailers such as Undefeated, once again Alma Manier, Social Status, Kith, and some other sneaker boutiques over in Europe will receive this pair of sneakers, such as Foot District and others. But truth be told, as a manual user, you stand probably less than a 1% chance of copying on those sites. And I wish I could tell you something different, but here on the channel I try to keep it straight up with you guys, and truth be told, it's honestly a waste of time. You stand a much better chance on hitting on a raffle from a boutique retailer than going for their first come first serve launch on release day. Now other than raffles, how can you cop this pair of sneakers? Now moving over to release day, January 22nd at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern in the United States. These are rumored to potentially drop on Foot Locker, and we don't know if it's going to be Foot Locker Foot Action Champs, or if it's just going to be Foot Locker, or if it'll be Foot Locker and Champs, or if it will be none of the above. So just be sure to stay tuned here on the channel. We will have further updates soon, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, top link in the description below, because on drop day, the morning of, we will have the list of all the retailers that are dropping this pair of sneakers. But if, let's say, Foot Locker does drop this pair at 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Eastern, going back to what we said, the percentages as a manual user to cop out successfully are less than 1%. Now that doesn't mean you can't cop this pair of sneakers from Foot Locker, but how myself and a lot of people within the sneaker community that are manual users go about copying from Foot Locker is through auto checkouts. And if you're interested to auto checkouts, I will leave a link down below in the video description. That's personally who I use for my auto checkouts, and I love them. And if you're a sneakerhead, it's no secret that bots absolutely eat up Foot Locker, Foot Action Champs, Eastbay, the Foot sites, and even Yeezy Supply, which, moving over to Yeezy Supply, we should see a launch, which they kind of moved this all over the place. But as of recently, they have been going forward with their launch at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. And it's been very difficult for manual users to check out on Yeezy Supply because they have been trying to stop bots, and by them doing so, it's made it almost near impossible for a manual user to check out successfully on Yeezy Supply. It's not that it doesn't happen. One error that you could possibly get would be if they ban your zip code, and when they ban your zip code, you cannot have any Yeezys shipped to that zip code for the rest of that release. And I don't know why that happens. I don't know if they look at you know, X amount of area and they say, hey, 500 pairs have already went to this zip code, no more can go. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people have been purposely putting wrong information in Yeezy Supply, and it has successfully been going through, because if they put their right information, it's been denying it, which makes absolutely no sense. But going back to what we talked about with the ACOs, I have had success on probably 50% of the Yeezy drops on Yeezy Supply within the last 3 months from the auto checkout provider that's in the description. And straight up, I think they've done a phenomenal job, because even if you look at the metrics, which if you're in the group, you do have access to these metrics, and their success rate for Yeezy launches have been anywhere from 25 to 60% success rate, which is pretty good. Now, if you fall into the category and you do not have a auto checkout provider, then the best way to go about tackling Yeezy Supply is of course going to be going to your Google Chrome users icon in the top right hand corner, adding a user 1, 2, and 3. Would not recommend more than 3, because if you do have more than 3, you do risk the likelihood of getting IP banned. 9 a.m. Eastern, we will tweet the queue out for you guys and open up those windows, 1 per user. And then from there, you got to simply wait. And if you do successfully bypass the queue, try to check out with your standard information. And if you continue to get a denied or some type of error reference, then try to change the information up a little bit. I don't know exactly what to change it to, but try to change up your name, maybe your address, change it from street to ST. Try to change up the information a little bit and continue to process that payment to see if you can by chance get it to go through. And if you do by chance get the zip code ban, possible if so that you could ship the sneakers to someone in a different zip code, whether that's a relative, a cousin, an aunt, just so maybe their zip code is active. Now, the Yeezy 350 Blue Tint is going to be tier 0 retailers, which means that most of it is going to be on Yeezy Supply. And if we're lucky, which keep our fingers crossed, I really hope that we do see an Adidas Confirmed in-app raffle for these sneakers, because then most of the stock would be released through Confirmed. And Adidas Confirmed, it's okay. There's no way for a bot to get thousands and thousands of entries into Adidas Confirmed, but there are millions of people worldwide that have multiple Adidas Confirmed accounts that are entering in these raffles. So it does make stock very scarce, it seems like. And, you know, depending on your success rate or your purchase history, how much activity you have within the app, you could strike out a lot or you could hit often. But I would recommend to keep an eye on the Confirmed app, turn notifications on, because I would expect these to be loaded to Adidas Confirmed the morning of or a few days prior to the launch on January 22nd. So guys, like stated at the beginning of the video, there is no kind of secretive information. Don't have too many details on, hey, they're going to be available here, 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 and here. Because there's tier 0 retailers. I'm sorry, I wish that there was more that we could put into this video, but following up, we are going to have the raffles that go out very soon. Be sure to hit out those raffles, and then also keep an eye on the Adidas Confirmed app raffle. That's where most of the stock will be, and then they will be loaded to Yeezy Supply for a launch time we're not 100% sure of as of yet, but would expect 9 a.m. Eastern. For the release details for the upcoming Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Blue Tint, that sums it up for today's video. Best of luck on release day on January 22nd. God bless each and every one of you and have a great day.